Jen, you're second this time. Mamacita beat you in. He's in first today on the second stream. All right, let me know. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, can you hear me? Yes, okay. All right. Obviously, somebody at YouTube don't want us talking about China, but too bad we're going to talk about China anyway. Unbelievable. So, of course, it happens. That's what they do. They like to zap us. And again, if there's any kind of interruption in the stream, I will get right back on. Just be patient. I'm sorry that this happens. It is not my end. It is not my internet. It has nothing to do with anything on my end. I've done a troubleshoot on everything on my end, and everything is fine. So somewhere, somehow, we're getting played with. So, Anyway, but, I leave for 1 minute and you get in trouble. Yeah, I know, exactly. So anyway, one of the other I was in the last part is I was continuing. Again, if we have any interruptions again, I will get right back on. Same type of deal. Just be patient and I'll get right back on. Okay, so let's get right back into what we were talking about before the first stream ended on us. When you have, the other thing that people aren't thinking about now with China, I want you guys to think about this, and this is the biggie. This is the biggie. Talking about Hong Kong. Now, with what China has done in Hong Kong by basically coming in there and basically taking over and putting, squashing everything that's going on in Hong Kong, it stops Hong Kong from being that separate entity. Hey, Prepper Chris 1, China's goal is to bankrupt us, make us third world country by killing our money means we won't be a threat as much as I don't see the military war unless run D. You know what? It's hard to say. It's really, really hard to say. There's a lot of games back and forth going on. The dollar is still the number one. They want their dollar to be the number one currency in the world. And there's a lot of they want to be the top dog. China wants to be the top dog and push their might around and do what they want to do. Again, that goes without saying. But one of the things that's hurting China right now, and I will tell you that's what I was going to talk about with Hong Kong. Hong Kong had favorite status with the United States, because even though they were part of China, they were separate. They were, part of China, but they were separate. But now with China coming in and dropping the hammer down on Hong Kong, it has stopped that favorite status. And we're talking about $30 billion. I think it was $30 billion. I did a video on it. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, $30 billion worth of trade through Hong Kong that will now not be happening because China has done what they have done. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of trade. And again, you think about all the tariffs that we've done. We stopped the poor trade deals that we had with China. The president stopped that. So they're pissed off about that too, of course. So, we're their money machine. They have been making a ton of money off of us. We continue to borrow from China as well, which definitely, causes issues with everything economically for us as well. So it makes a big, big difference. 25,000 Chinese troops in Canada. Can anyone confirm whether or not Canada is allowing China to set up a military base? I doubt that Canada is setting up a Chinese military base. I've heard 100,000 Chinese troops in Canada. Now you're saying 25,000. Would it surprise me if there's Chinese troops in Canada? No, because you always are going to have joint military exercise going on. I'll tell you what, there's probably realistically, and I can't confirm or deny this, but it would not surprise me if somewhere in the United States there's Chinese troops somewhere doing some kind of exercise for something, But JJ says no Chinese troops in Canada. Yeah, I would have a real hard time believing that. There is a tremendous amount of false information being put out there, a tremendous amount. Like I said, I live in Canada, and there are no Chinese troops anywhere that I'm aware of. Okay, well, lovely Lucy 2020 just said that. Okay, well, thank you very much for stating that. Yeah, I heard Canada and China are doing war games. And you know what? That very well may be, but I don't think it's any kind of 100,000 troops. And again, let's say it was 100,000 troops, and let's say they were massed on our border. If they decided to start some stupid stuff, realistically, what's 100,000 troops going to do against the United States? That's nothing. That's nothing. So, I mean, people need to be realistic and read through the BS. The problem is, financially, we have been hurting China pretty badly. That's a reality, okay? With the tariffs and everything else, it's huge, okay? It's really it's hurting them in their bottom line, in their pocketbook. With everything else that's going on, you know, there are other issues with that as well, obviously, okay? So these things definitely play a factor into what's going on. With our allies around the world, like obviously Japan, we're going to have Japan's back no matter what, okay? That's a fact. We have bases in, you know, Japan. We're not going to let anything happen to Japan without getting involved, you know? Again, I don't know what our status is with India, but I know that we're on friendly terms with India. So again, you know, what's the choice there? Hey, Aaron, it could be Chinese UN soldiers. Not that many. It wouldn't be that many. But thank you. It's a good thought, though. But again, you wouldn't have 100,000 of them. Let me see what somebody had said here. Hold on a second. 100,000 Chinese troops on our border would be extremely stupid. Automatic WW3. Exactly. It would be very, very stupid. And Asif just said that. And yeah, so that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, you know. So yeah, that's a true statement. U.S. government has spearheaded many Chinese spies in this state, apprehended many spies in the States. Oh, and don't get me wrong, we got spies over there too. So, you know, every country, you know, Israel is an ally of the United States. You don't think that there is Israeli spying here for Israel? Of course there are. You don't think that there's Americans over there spying for the United States against Israel? Of course there are. I don't care what. Canada. Let's look at Canada, okay? We're on very good terms with Canada, all right? We have spies over there. They have spies over here. It's just the nature of the beast. If you are in government, you're going to always be concerned about the other man, what they're doing, what's going on. So you're going to have spies there. It's just the way it goes. Quit selling our grain to China. Well, we're selling more than grain to China. We're selling a lot of stuff to China. But again, you know, we got to sell it to somebody. Somebody's got to buy it. You know, I mean, we have, you know, our production we do a lot of trade all over the world. So you think about like some of these countries that we've gone into where we've helped out the smaller countries, and then they turn around and they fight us. We arm them. Iraq would be a great example, guys. Who do you think set up Saddam Hussein? Who do you think set him up? We did. Okay. You know, when they went to war with Iran, if you remember that far back, when Iraq went to war with Iran, we backed Iraq. So, you know, it's just a big game. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it continues to happen. All chess pieces all over the board. We make decisions every day of how that's going to go. Right now, China's playing a game, and believe me, we are doing the same exact things. We have plenty of firepower over in that region of the world, and it would not surprise me if they don't have some kind of firepower close enough to us as well. It wouldn't surprise me at all. You know, they're trying to expand in that South China Sea region anyway, okay? So we have people over there. We have ships over there. We have subs over there, you know. We're ready to do what we have to do. It comes down to, and I've said this before, you have the two biggest bullies on the block. It's the United States and China. It's not Russia, okay? The United States and China are two biggest bullies on the block, and at some point, there's going to be somebody's going to start swinging. It's just a matter of time, and that's what happens all the time. China doesn't need to fight the U.S. military. They already are killing us economically, and they are, absolutely. And I don't disagree with that at all. You know, the trade deals favored China for years and years and years, and that's not helping us. Guys, we got 865 in the chat, and we're at 248 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for that as well. I do appreciate that. It really does help with the algorithms as well. So that's another reason I like to see good interaction on the thumbs up as well. And also I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So it's a three-pronged combination, okay? I want to talk about really quickly, if one of my mods would put up the website, I wanted to just show this again. This is the gator, okay? You can get your Prepper Nurse 1 gator, and let's see if one of my mods would throw up the website. I'm going to say it again really quickly, just so you guys know. It is 4-20.square.site. That is the website, okay? Judith is actually so she has more than just Prepper Nurse 1 gators there too, guys. She's got other gators as well, but this is the Prepper Nurse 1 gator. We are Legion. She has other gators there as well. So if you are interested in getting a Prepper Nurse 1 gator or another whatever gator, you can go there. If you do purchase a Prepper Nurse 1 gator, she's going to be doing a giveaway in November. And anybody that buys a Prepper Nurse 1 gator will be automatically enrolled in that giveaway. So definitely take advantage of that, okay? So just putting that out there for you guys. Eagerly awaiting the gator arrival. Cool, Gene. Yep, that's cool. Michaels, yep. That she's going to be, she probably already has got them sent out. So they will be coming out soon. But anyway, I want to talk real quick about the website, and then we'll go back to talking about China and anything else you guys want to talk about. PrepperNurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community there. It is, if you go to PrepperNurse1.com, you'll see Prepper Nurse 1 community. You click on that. You do have to register. Once you're registered, if you just want to check out the message boards, it's a great place to do that there. It is totally free to join. It does not cost anything. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked. Okay, so just putting that out there ahead of time. Also, we have jdega.com on the website, all right, which is a CBD and hemp store. A lot of things that help with that. It helps the CBD. It helps with pets. You can use it on your pets. You can use it on yourself. Obviously, it has a lot of things that it helps with. So definitely check that out as well. Make sure if you go to their website, which is either in the description below or on my website, you'll see it there. And if you click on it, it'll take you to their website, that you make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, which is the number 1, not ONE, and you'll save 15% on your purchase. So definitely take advantage of that as well. Also, we have the Legacy freeze-dried foods on my website at PrepperNurse1.com. We will be doing a sale at the end of this month. So I'm sure you guys are going to wait for that, but I just wanted to put that out there. Hey, Mary Lap, let's hope we don't go to World War III will be the shortest war in history of all the countries detonate nukes. Yeah, we would hope that would be bad. If it went nuclear, it would be fast and it would be devastating. So that would not be a good thing at all. Hopefully, cooler minds will prevail. You never know with people, but that definitely happens. So I did want to mention too, I'm starting on social media. I actually put my first tweet up today on Prepper Nurse 1 on Twitter. And I have been adding pictures that you won't see in video, obviously, on my Instagram, Prepper Nurse 1 on Instagram as well. So definitely check those out. Join us over there on those social medias as well. I'm just getting my feet wet. Like I said, today I did my first tweet where I put a picture up. And again, it's going to be exclusive pictures that I'm going to throw up on both Instagram and Twitter that you're not going to see either on the website or in video. Okay, so just a little added extra thing, trying to expand a little bit. So that's what we're doing there. So those are up and running as well. But again, like I said, it's and with the gators, I wanted to let you guys know that every gator you purchase, some of the proceeds does come back to help us here with what we're doing on the homestead. Okay, so just putting that out there. So, all right, let's get back to China. Let's see. I just want to see what. Oh, Black Sheep's already doing the egg count. It's too early for the egg count. We'll do the egg count in a little while, I promise. We will definitely get to the egg count. But no, like I said, I have my concerns about China with what's going on, because when you have hotheads, which, you get people full of testosterone that, want to prove something. China does not like to be questioned. They don't like to be scrutinized or analyzed. And you got to figure at, how about North Korea? North Korea is zero threat to the United States, just so you know. No threat. None whatsoever. And I said that way long time ago. How can you prep best for war with China? Oh, hold on a second. I want to see what with China happens. Prepping, it's hard. It is definitely difficult to prepare for any type of situation where it would be a war type of situation. You just continue to do what you do, continue to get ready, and you have to really react to any situation. So let's put it like this. If you live in New York City, for a great example, New York City is going to be a target. Washington, D.C. is going to be a target, okay? If there was any kind of nuclear exchange and you live in New York City or Washington, D.C., most likely the reality is you're going to be vaporized. That's the reality, So you prep hoping that that's not the circumstances or going to be the effect of anything. And I've said this before, nuclear war would probably not be the way that it would happen. It would be much more likely to be a cyber attack, to be honest with you, in my opinion, because if you do nuclear war, you destroy everything, and then what does anybody get or win? They win nothing. Okay, so if we start dropping nukes on China and China starts dropping nukes on us, nobody wins. And there's a whole bunch of dead people for no reason. Hey, Mac, prep for China by buying American. Yeah, you know what? The more, and I'll even take that one further, Mac. That's a great statement. Buy local. If you can buy local, if you can get things, number one, that are made in the United States is great. If you can get things like Legacy freeze-dried foods, made in the United States. It's an American-made product. It's made here. That's one of the reasons why I like that company. All right, but again, if there is an attack on our grid, that would be the way that I think would be the perfect attack, because we would all be fighting each other then. They wouldn't have to do anything. China wouldn't have to do a thing. They would sit back, let us eat ourselves, and then they would come in and clean up the mess afterwards. I'll tell you what, everybody talks about, how awful California is all the time, right? And they have some pretty bad laws. I'm not going to lie. A lot of homeless people out in California. When I was in San Francisco 2 years ago doing that motorcycle tour, it was disgusting with what I saw out there. The way people are, with the stealing, the drug use, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible, okay? But California in itself is the 6th largest economy in the world. Think about that. All by itself, the state of California is the 6th largest economy in the world. They produce a tremendous amount of food for this country. And so all the people that want to badmouth California all the time is still part of the United States. There's still a tremendous amount of good people in California. Not everybody, wants to just hand out everything to everybody. There's a lot. I'm going to tell you what, I've met some wonderful people out there. There's some great people, very, conservative-minded people, I guess would be the right term. I don't know what the right term is, but, this is my thought, okay? If anybody has the mindset where they want to actually work for a living, they want to take care of their families, they want to, just mind their own business, take care of their own stuff, that's the mindset I'm talking about. So if you want to call that more of a conservative mindset, that's what that is, okay? The give everything to everybody and have, basically safe places where people can shoot up their drugs. No, I'm sorry, I'm not for that. I'm just not. I believe that we need to have some kind of system set up where people get treatment and get help. I absolutely believe in that. And how many chances do you give somebody at that point then? I mean, now that's another thing, Because realistically, here's the bottom line. I don't care how many times a drug addict's been arrested. I don't care how many times they go to jail, how many times they've been in rehab and out of rehab and then gone right back and doing the other thing. When a person decides that they have hit rock bottom and that they have had enough, one of two things happens. Either they get the help that they need and they get themselves clean, or they die, especially when it comes to like heroin. You look at all the overdoses with that and stuff like that. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And it's just... It's killing our entire younger generation of people, which is awful. I mean, probably not one of you out there can't say that somebody in your family has been affected by drug abuse, friends or family. You know somebody that has been directly affected by drug abuse, either selling it, buying it, using it, stealing from family, abusing pills, whatever the case may be. Everybody knows somebody, okay? And, people that you would never think that would do things that are awful, they'll lie, they'll steal, they'll cheat. It's horrible. It's horrible, okay? And that happens, unfortunately. And so, until a person either hits rock bottom and decides they need to get that help finally and get their head out of their behind, or they die. That's usually the end result, especially with heroin. Heroin is like, I'm going to tell you what, it's one of the things that I never did heroin because I was just like, no way. Heroin or crack. I was like the two things that I was like, nope, not doing it. So, because it's so bad. And what it does to people is ridiculous. So I just never saw the appeal. Never saw the appeal. So, but, people do what they do. What the problem is? I actually know what, and people do what they do. That's, what the problem is? And I'll tell you exactly what the problem is. There's a lot of people out there that are in pain, that don't want to deal with that pain, have dealt with trauma, that don't want to deal with that trauma, so they escape. So what is the acceptable way to escape in our society? Well, alcohol, of course, right? That's the acceptable way that people escape reality and not deal with their problems. They become alcoholics. A lot of them do, right? Well, the younger generation, we had, you look in the 60s, everybody was smoking pot. It's just another form of escape. It really is, okay? You alter your mind. You don't have to think about it. And that's what all these drugs are all about, mind altering, so you don't have to think. You don't have to deal. But guess what? Now you have your main issue that you had to deal with in the first place, and then you compound it with drug addiction. It just makes everything worse. And that's just my opinion. I'm like getting on my soapbox here because, it's just, you have to deal with things. You have to face it. You have to go on with life. Life can suck sometimes, but you know what? Life can be pretty awesome too. It can be really awesome if you let it be. And that's part of it, I just buried my adopted daughter this past Friday. Up front, just said that. Drug addiction up front probably is my guess, because it's somebody that young, that's the only thing it probably would be. I'm sorry to hear that. It's such a waste. It is absolutely such a waste. So, can't quit the Marlboro Reds. Yeah, smoking is pretty bad too. Talk about doctors coming into Canada issuing narcotics for pain and leaving people effed up without pain meds. Oh, yeah, you know what? The opiate addiction, again, the biggest drug dealer in this country are doctors that are directly funded by pharmaceutical companies. The pharmaceutical companies are the ones that are at fault. They knew that narcotics were highly, highly addictive. Percocet, any kind of painkillers, morphine, Percocet, Vicodin, all that type of stuff. They knew. They absolutely knew. And they had the doctors giving it out like candy. And you know how many lives were destroyed because of and then all of a sudden they stop. So those people that were dealing with, not wanting to deal with life in reality, maybe had the placebo pain because they they had that addiction at that point. Then they went to heroin because it was cheap and it was an alternative. Hey, Damon Jeffrey. Oh, Damon. Hey, man. What's going on, brother? Thank you very much, brother, for the donation. I appreciate that. I didn't even know you were watching the stream. That's one of my buddies. I've known him. God, I've known Damon. I think he was 14 years old. I was about 18 when I met him. Yeah. Yeah. Long, long time. Many, many, many moons we've known each other. So thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you for that donation. But again, it's an unfortunate thing that's happened in this country, and it just continues to happen. And it's in what people don't understand too. You think about all the young kids now, right? How many of them are in school that have lost a parent to drug addiction? A lot of them have. A lot of them have. You have a lot of people that are being raised by grandparents, aunts and uncles, because either one or both parents are dead or in jail because of drugs. Such a waste. So, painkillers. I saw something here. Hold on a second. Oh, meth has got the South bad. Yeah, meth is another one. Meth is definitely another one. Let's see. They made choices, let them live with it. And I understand that mindset. I do get that. But again, like with meth is just what it does to people, rotting their teeth out, just destroying the way they look. If you look at the progression of somebody on that, what it does to them, it's absolutely horrible. But it's unfortunate. But like I said, what we need to do is set up things to help people. That's my opinion. If we can help people and get them out of that cycle, I think that's a great thing. Sending somebody to prison is not always the answer. Especially now. And it's my opinion again, especially for pot. You know what? I'm going to tell you what. Nobody's ever smoked up a couple of doobies, jumped in a car, drove 100 miles an hour, okay, and decided they're going to go out and kill people. No, they don't. They want to have a sandwich, maybe take a nap, chill out, listen to some music. That's what they do when they get stoned. And I can remember. I'm going to tell you a quick story. It's with a buddy of mine, and I had gotten stoned, okay? And so we'd left where we were, and I'm driving, and he's like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, what? He's like, you're doing 40 miles an hour in a 55. And I never forgot that and I started laughing. I did not even realize I was only doing 40 miles an hour. I was all chilled out. I was relaxed. But I was doing 40 in a 55 because I was stoned. Now, I'll be honest with you. Shouldn't be driving when you're stoned. Shouldn't do it. So, because it's just, that was a long, long time ago. Long time ago. But, yeah, that was, not a good decision to drive at that point. But that's what you do. You mellow out. You're not out there being all aggressive and I'm a tough guy and I'm going to kick somebody's butt because I just smoked a joint. No. You're looking like, I think White Castle's open. It's just, that's all. I don't know. Hard drugs, meth, heroin, crack, all those type of stuff. Yeah, that's really bad. Hey, L. Gibson, drugs legally or not are the giant hamster wheel. They get folks on. It's big business, legal and not. Oh, you're absolutely right. Big Pharma, thank you very much for that statement, and thank you very much for the donation. Big Pharma is about making money. It's about making lifelong customers. It's not about cures, okay? They don't want to cure you. They want to turn you into a customer forever. That's what it's all about, It's just like with cancer, guys. Cancer is big business. I personally believe that they have a cure for cancer. There's been way too much money put into research not to have a cure at this point. But there's more money in the treatment. Billions and billions of dollars every year going into the treatment of cancer. Guys, I see we're at 988 in the chat and we're at 469 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask you again for another thumbs up to show support for the channel if you have not done so already. And thank you very much for doing that. I do appreciate that. Also, It really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, and thumbs up or an interaction is better for the channel. So again, thank you for doing it for that reason. The third reason, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So I do appreciate you guys throwing a thumbs up for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask that you would subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Okay. So thank you for doing that as well. So let's get back on topic, because we've gone way, way off the boards here. Let's get back to talking about China, okay? We owe China a ton of money. The other thing I think people are not aware of, what do people do when they're hedging their bets, right? Governments, what do they invest in? They invest in gold, okay? Governments do. China has been continuously adding, tonnage-wise, a tremendous amount. Look it up if you don't believe me. A tremendous amount, month after month after month, adding to their reserves as far as gold goes, okay? That's how you hedge your bet against inflation. That's what's happening, okay? Think about that. Why would they be doing that? They're trying to get themselves in a position where they're, going to be very, very strong. They want their dollar to be the number one dollar in the world. They want it to be. Right now, the U.S. dollar is, okay? JJ said, Ed, I guarantee you China is coming for payback. Oh, would not surprise me. Would not surprise me at all. Wouldn't surprise me. Not absolutely at all. If they don't come, I would be surprised. I'll be honest with you. What we'll do real quick, guys, we're going to do the egg count really quickly because it's 8:39 already. So let's do that real quick. So give me your guesses for the egg count today, and I will tell you what it is. I'll give you guys a moment here. And I will tell you this, one of my moderators has it right. So Mr. Rose with 4 eggs, if you said 4 eggs like Mr. Rose did, then you were 100% correct. And one of the 4 eggs today was one of those little bitty dinky pullet eggs. One of my new hens started laying finally. So we ended up getting one little bitty pullet egg today. I saw it. I was like, it was so cute. I took a picture and I put it on Instagram. So again, if you're not on my Prepper Nurse One Instagram, go over there and check it out, and you will see the picture of me holding a normal size egg and that new pullet egg. So it was pretty cool. So finally, start laying. So that's what we ended up with. Again, they're molting. So that's that time of year, and that's what happens. So, Ed, do you think we're screwed with China? You know what? I don't think we're screwed with China. China really, do I believe something will happen? I absolutely believe that at some point there'll be something that goes on involving China. Again, I would be more inclined to think it would be a cyber type of attack on the grid, because you don't want to destroy the infrastructure. The way to control that is, again, if you can have us, if you could knock our grid down. I want you guys to think about this for a second. Look how volatile people are right now in this country. Okay, if you had a grid down situation for, let's just even go with a short one. Let's go with 6 weeks. Do you realize the number of people that would die in a 6-week period in this country? And I'm not even just talking about violence against each other, okay? I'm talking your compromised people, your people that are on ventilators, that need life-saving medication. And if you are unable to get that life-saving medication, you're going to have people that are going to die because of that. Your insulin-dependent people, if they don't have enough insulin to get through that 6-week period of time, and then before things got back to normal, if you wanted to call it normal, a lot of people would die that way. There is, people that are getting treatments for cancer, dialysis, all those type of things. A person that's getting dialysis treatments, I'm going to tell you right now, you would have 100% casualty rate with those guys, because if they're not getting their treatment, they're not going to be around long. Hey, Aaron, I honestly think it would be an EMP or a cyber attack. I don't think a Red Dawn situation is realistic. I don't think so either. I agree with you on that. An EMP, again, would destroy too much of the infrastructure. So I really don't believe that it would be that. I truly believe that it would be more of a cyber attack because it just makes so much more sense. If you can, we are so dependent on the grid. If you can mess that up and cause that to go down for like I said, a 6-week period of time, you're talking about a lot of death in this country. And besides all the compromised people that I talked about, like, okay, so the dialysis people, if they're not getting their dialysis treatment, their kidneys are going to shut down and they're going to die. And it's going to happen quickly. Anybody that knows anybody that's on dialysis, I used to work in a dialysis department. So you get one person skip 1 or 2 treatments, they're in rough shape. So there's no way they can't. And a lot of them are going 3 times a week. So if they can't get that dialysis treatment, they're not going to be around long. You think about everybody that needs surgeries for different things, people having heart attacks, and now they can't get the treatment for it. You're talking that now becomes fatal. A lot of things, just regular injuries. And then you have, because the government has perpetuated it and fostered it, all the hatred between this group and that group and the other group, you're going to have people step up and go, yeah, not today. And they're going to do what they're going to do. So again, it would be a very, very tumultuous time with a grid down situation. And you would have a lot of people that would be dead after that. We would be a very easy target after that because of the fact that we would be weakened so badly. Now, again, our military would do what was necessary. They have things hardened. But again, if it's a cyber attack, what do you do? That's no one can buy gold in a cashless society. They're not going to go with a cashless society. I don't ever think that that's going to happen. I know there's a lot of talk about that. I don't believe that is a realistic thing that they could do. I really don't. I really don't think that would be realistic. But again, that's just my opinion. But so that's just. But I don't believe there's going to be a cashless society. We would be stupid as citizens to go along with a cashless society, because that is total and complete control by the powers that be if we did that. So I don't ever see that going to happen. I don't see that's going to happen. I think there's enough people that are smart enough to say, hey, no, yeah, I'm not going for that. You got to remember, guys, and I think a lot of people forget, politicians work for us. And if we get a hair up our behind and we stood up as a group, instead of these little pockets of this group and that group fighting for, crumbs, if we decided as a group, as Americans, and we stood up and said, no, we're not standing for that. We're not going to have that happen. They would back down. They would have to, because we could do whatever we wanted to do at that point. So that's what people need to realize. So turn the lights out and we'll destroy ourselves with rioting and our health issues. Absolutely. 455 Tiger. I agree with you 100%. 100%. We'll destroy ourselves because they have got people so worked up right now in this country. You turn the lights out and it's going to be a nightmare. The best thing, what do I suggest in that type of situation? If you can lay low and keep a very low profile, be prepared to defend what you have. Hopefully you have enough good people around you that you will support each other. I think that's really, really important. Be prepared to do what you need to do. I haven't heard how COVID-19 has hurt the military. You know what, Bryce? You are 100% correct. Other than that one captain about that one ship, you're not hearing a lot about how it's affecting the troops. You're not. And I find that very, very interesting. So I want to talk about that really quickly. Let's have a little chat about that real quick. Just got a thing in the mail. Not happy about it at all. I'll be honest with you. From my daughter's school. They are requiring, the school is, that to start the fall semester or the spring semester, when they start, they hit the break, after the break when they come back, they are requiring all students and faculty and staff to have a flu shot. I am not happy about that. I think that is completely, they should, and here's the worst part. All the classes are virtual classes. They're all virtual classes. Why do you have to have a flu shot if you're having virtual classes? Does that make any kind of sense at all? So I actually do plan on contacting the school. And Heather's like, well, it's not really a big deal to me. She says, I'll get it. And I'm like, no, Heather, you're missing the point. First of all, she's never had a flu shot, never had a flu shot in her life. I don't want her to have a flu shot because, again, here's my example. And I did this example to somebody today, and they were like, I did it to my neighbor. I said, we know that the flu shot has a 10% effective rate, okay? So I want you to think about this. So if I said to you, I want you to give me $1,000, you're going to give me $1,000, and there's only a 10% chance that I'm going to give you that $1,000 back down the road. Are you going to give me that $1,000? Of course not. If there's only a 10% chance that I'm going to give you that money back, there's no way you're going to give me that money. It's the same thing with the flu shot. You have a 10% effective rate. Every year they're guessing. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Nobody should be getting the flu shot. Margie got the flu shot. And I told her, I go, Margie, what are you thinking? She goes, oh, I know you're against it. I don't know. I never will get one again. That is me. Never happen again. Ranger said, doctor, talk to my mother. Yeah. And it's like, and they use scare tactics. And you really should get it. And if the doctor says that to a patient, especially an older patient, they go, okay, whatever you say, because you're the doctor. No way. You look at the number of healthcare professionals that don't want it, and then ask yourself why. Okay? Ask yourself why. I had all my shots in the military. Oh, yeah, you had to then. Are you kidding me? I remember going through basic training, and you walk through the line, and they had the guns, and they hit you in both arms at the same time. I have no idea what they gave us. They load you up. It's an air gun with I don't know how many shots in each gun, and they're hitting you up. And that's what they do. You walk through, you get your shots, and on your way you go. You got what you got to understand when you sign up for the military, and I don't care what branch of the military it is, okay? You are government property. You are not an individual anymore. You are government property. I don't know if you guys knew this, and I think I mentioned this once before, and I'll mention it again. So here I am. Let's say I get fresh out of basic training, and people get out of basic training. What do? They go out and they get tattoos, right? I got mine. I got my tattoo in Missouri when I got done with basic training. Actually, my first one right here. This one right here. Fight or die. Gung-ho, 19-year-old kid, fresh out of basic training, ready to conquer the world. Went and got my first tattoo. If that tattoo had gotten infected, they would have given me an Article 15, which is a disciplinary thing that they give you, for damaging government property. Think about that. You are property. You're not an individual. So that's the reality of it. And people don't get that. But, Fort Lost in the Woods in the State of Misery. That's what we used to call it. Yep, I was at Fort Leonard Wood. Yes, I was. Many, many moons ago. But you know what the funny part is? Here's the funny part. And I don't care what branch of the military that anybody's been in. Once you get out of the military, you will always carry yourself in a different way. You're going to act differently. I've had people, I got my head shaved. I wear the goatee all the time, and I got my beard going now. And I still will have people say to me, you're ex-military, aren't you? And I'll go, yeah, how did you know? And they go, just by the way you carry yourself. And it's also how you act, and it's something that's entrenched into you. I still walk in a military manner. I will always walk in a military manner because it's ingrained in you. It's part of who you are. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good growing up process for a lot of young men and women. That's my opinion. I think that there should be a mandatory 2-year military service for all if you're able to do it. I think that they should, because I'll tell you what, you will grow up. If you're a punk, you won't be a punk for long. So, it really, I'll tell you what, it was a good experience. It really helped me grow up. And I never regret it. Never have regretted it. So, yep. Stand in line in a stance. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. You know what? I'll have to look and see. I got some old pictures of me in uniform. Man, they're really old. But yeah, I still, I think I still have some around, but it was an interesting experience. I will say that. I will say that. And I heard it's like so different now. What they go through, they get like timeout cards and all this type of stuff. If they're too stressed, are you kidding me? They dogged us out so bad. When my stepfather went in, now my stepfather went in obviously long before I did, and my stepfather was a tough guy. He fought the drill instructors. They took him out behind, the building, and they fought it out. He was no joke. He could take a beating, and he could give you a beating. So, but it's so different now. They have to handle these kids with kid gloves, which is ridiculous. They need to grow up. And so that's what happens, unfortunately. Delbert Jones is not too far from there. Oh, you're not? That's cool. Yep. Wolfang was a CB. Cool. Yep. Yeah. Young man that I used to coach in Little League. He's a CB now. Yeah. He was a little fat kid. He got out of high school, thinned down. And, when he grew up, he got thinned down, got into working out. And he's a CB in the Navy. Good kid. He's doing real well. Real proud of him. You always look back, you watch the different ones that you remember, and you always hope that they do well. But they're good kids, and they're the next generation. So that's important too. So, all right, guys, what do we got? We got 1,000 people in the chat. We're at 609 on a thumbs up. Again, I'm going to ask really quickly for a thumbs up if you have not shot one yet to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. I do appreciate it. And also, again, it really does it really does help with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction we get, the better up in the ratings we go. So thank you for that as well. And I also like to see a lot of thumbs up. So thank you for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification for all notifications as well. GEH 1507. Go to Dr. Kerry Amaja's site if you want to see the truth on vaccines. Oh, believe me, I don't like vaccines. I seen what vaccines did to my son. My son has autism. If anybody's new that doesn't know, my son is autistic. He was a normal little boy until 2 years old when he got his shots. And then it was like somebody turned a light switch out and they turned that light off. Thankfully, he's very high functioning and very, very intelligent young man. I always used to say he was the smartest one in the house. Me, Heather, and him, I always used to say Eddie was the smartest one in the house. But very socially awkward, unfortunately. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Prepper Artie Frank, your channel is growing. Ed, congrats. Thank you very much. Yeah, we just crossed over 88,000 subscribers. So anybody new watching, if you're new, thank you very much for becoming part of the Prepper Nurse One family. I appreciate it. I really, really do. It's amazing. I think about it. I honestly, I think back a lot of times when I first got started, and when I hit 400 subscribers, I got an email from YouTube, and they said, you now have enough subscribers to fill up a movie theater. And I put that into perspective at that time and went, wow, that's a lot of people. You know what I mean? And here we are now at 88,000. And I go, man, that is a lot of people. It has been a great journey. Honestly, I've had a lot of fun with it. I love bringing you guys along for the journey of everything that we're doing. It's been very, very cool. It's been very, very cool. And, a lot more to do. I told my sister Becky today, I said, I got years worth of stuff that I can do here, years. And we'll just keep doing what we can. And that's all we can do. So Let's hit 100K by the end of the year. That would be very cool, Lloyd. I don't know if that's going to happen. YouTube definitely will slow you down here and there. They definitely do that. What are you going to do? But I would love to see it. It's if YouTube hadn't done what they did before, I would already be over 100,000. Absolutely, I believe I would have been. But they definitely put the brakes on stuff. Why? Who knows? I'm making them money. So, you think that they would, want to have you do that. Frank's bees, he's going China, question mark. We talked a lot about China already, Frank. Now we're on to other things. That's what happens. Ed, getting any goats next year? You know what? I'm not sure if it's going to be next year, but I definitely do want goats up here. I think they're fun. More work, but, I'm definitely going to add more chickens in the spring. I'll be honest with you on that one. That's definitely going to happen. So, but, yeah, they constantly monitor subject content. Oh, yeah, no, they definitely do that. That is for sure. So, yeah, the woodcutting calendar comes out. Oh, yeah, Reese is saying, can't stop. Hold on a second. I got to read you guys what he said because it was actually pretty funny. He said, can't stop doing YouTube until you're in the woods with your PN1 woodcutting calendar comes out. That's right. Yep. Me with my mall axe. I'll have a different bandana on every month. How about that? That's what we'll do. Oh, no way. No ducks. No ducks. But, yeah. So, I had a bad experience with 2 goats. One almost knocked me into orbit. Wow. Lady Kickboxer 23 just said that. Yeah, some of them can be pretty mean. 1 hour with your back turned and your garden's gone. Yeah, you got to definitely keep them under control. Okay, so we got to do this real quick. And I know he's sleeping and he's not going to be happy. I will give you a little hello for Mr. Max. He's a good boy. Him and Soxy are probably the most loyal to me. So wait, Max, say hello. Hello. Okay, we'll put him back over here. But Max is a good cat. Mr. Orange. Yep. So, but him and Sox are probably the 2 most loyal to me. They're up my butt constantly. So, but that's okay. Right now I have Bella, Max, and then Mr. Lucy. He's on the bed too right now. I had 4 earlier. I had 4 cats, 2 dogs. I don't know if the dogs are still over here. I got one of the dogs. Let's see. No, just one of the dogs is in here right now. They're sleeping over there. So, yeah. Me and my animals, yeah, they're a lot of work, but they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. So, I don't know where Buddy's at. But I think Buddy might be outside. Yeah, if you lose your ability to have a fire. I'll sleep with the dogs and the cats all on top of me. I'm going to tell you what. It's like I'm fighting at night to be comfortable in my own bed. I have a queen-size bed, and it's like, you go to roll over and there's a cat. Like, they like to be right next to you. So, yeah, that's always fun. Yeah, Mr. Lucy's a good cat. He's an awesome cat. He adopted us. When we got up here, he decided he liked us, and so that's why he said, I'm staying. So, but anyway, let's talk a little bit more about China, guys. Like I said, there's definitely things to pay attention to. That's why, people like, I don't care what's going on in the world or whatever, stuff like that. You really need to. Being ready for whatever. We don't, the thing is, it's like when people talk prepping and they, it's, the connotation isn't as bad as it used to be. Okay. But it's still there, that stigma with prepping. But prepping is just hedging your bets against whatever's going to happen. Again, it could be a personal thing in your own family, loss of job, death, sickness, whatever the case may be. And now things have changed, and maybe the number one breadwinner is no longer working. That makes a big difference in your life. And so if you're ready, prepared, for those type of things, it puts you in a better position to deal with it until that person is either better or whatever else happens. Again, it could be something that affects your town. Could be the drinking water. You look at up in Michigan with all the issues that they've had with the drinking water up there. If you are prepared, you're going to be in a better position to deal with that type of a situation. So, and again, flooding, fires, hurricanes, tornadoes. I mean, these are things that happen every single year. Ice storms, snowstorms, they always happen every year, and it's never going to change. So when people don't prepare for those type of things, I don't understand that mentality. I really, truly don't. I want to be able to take care of myself. I don't want to rely on the government to take care of me. Because if you look at the response with FEMA in a lot of these different cases, it's not great. In some cases, it's okay. But again, I would not want to rely on somebody else to be taking care of me in that type of a situation. I want to rely on myself, CDC announced today that we shouldn't eat Thanksgiving dinner in the house together this year. Really? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy control stuff going on that I'm really not too happy about. I can't believe you have so many cats, Mary Lab said. I have 8 cats. 8 cats and 2 dogs, yes. And if Heather had her way, we would probably have 3 or 4 more cats. But yeah, so no. I know, it's like she was like, oh my God, Dad, kittens. I'm like, stop. No. Now, when she graduates from college, she obviously is going to take Bella no matter what. Wherever she goes, she will take Bella with her. She's talked about taking Soxy too, but I don't know if I'm going to let her take Soxy. Soxy's kind of my girl, so, When Soxy's mad at me, I won't see her, and then the next thing you know, she's right back in bed. So this morning I woke up with her right by I got one cat on one side of the pillow, and the other cat, like Max was on one side and Sox was on the other. And then I had cats, I think I had 5 cats in bed with me this morning. So that's what they like to do. But I don't mind. Is turkey the new yard bird? Yeah. Turkeys are good. They're good. I love turkey. I can't. How many cats does your other sister have? Oh, Margie. Margie is down. I think she has 3. I think she has 3 cats. She's at maybe 2 or 3 now. She used to have a whole bunch, but a lot of them died over time, and she didn't replace them. So I think she's either got 2 or 3 now. That's where she's at. So the more cats, the merrier. My wife says that's funny. Now, like I said, I like cats. Cats are my favorite. I'm not going to lie. They're so unique, and they have their own personalities, and they do their own thing. We're service people for them. That's what we are. We're their waiters and waitresses and stuff like that. We're here to wait on them. So, but I like my cats. So, bison. Yes. Have you ever had bison or buffalo? Buffalo's really good. I really like buffalo. CDC is trying to bankrupt the turkey farmers now. Not good enough that our favorite mom and pop restaurants are dead. Everybody go buy turkey. Yeah, and that's the thing too. And that's one of the sad things if you think about it. So many places have had to close down, and so many businesses are lost because of this whole thing. It's absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. But Mom's doing good, Artie Franklin. Thank you for asking. Thank you very much for asking. Mom's doing real well. Beck's doing good. Like I said, today Becky was the one. And I posted these pictures on Instagram as well. She was the one, while I was moving gravel, she was raking up leaves and putting the leaves into the garden beds. So yeah, she was doing that. The cats give their love in exchange for our feeding and indoor service. Yeah, they do. Yeah, and they will talk to you. They will talk to you, which I think is really cool. According to old Egyptian culture, cats are the guardians that scare off evil spirits. Yes. Yep. They're cats. Like I said, I like cats, so I always have. I've had cats my whole life. So we had. Let's see. Since we got up here, we had Nancy. We had her. She died. She was 15. Before Nancy, we had Ben. And I had him for 15 years. So there was they had good runs. And all these guys now, they're getting older. Like Max, we got him when he was a kitten. And I'm trying to think how old Max is now. He's got to be about 8. Max is about 8 now. Obviously, we got Miss Molly. She came here, and we've had her for a couple of years now. And her boys are 2 now. So she's probably 3. Miss Molly's probably 3. So, but a lot of fun. Like I said, it's I enjoy them. They keep me young. They really truly do. Add the chicken coop in the garden before the winter. Oh yeah, you know what? Like I said, I generally what I do is I clean out the run in the spring. So this time of year, I'm not going to clean out the chicken coop again. I just start adding layers on, and that's better for the birds. It keeps them warmer. It keeps them. It acts as an insulation. So when the spring comes, like probably April, I clean out the entire chicken coop at that point, and that makes a big difference. And then I'll take that, and then like last year I put it into a garden, and so what I'll do this coming spring is I'll set that aside and let that sit, and then in the fall I'll add that to the garden beds at that point, so it'll have time to sit. Yeah, you heard the dog. Yep, one of the dogs was in the other room and barked. That's what they do. This is what they do. We had cats on my grandpa's farm. They kept away snakes and rats. Away they ate. Oh, I'm going to tell you what. No chipmunks, no birds, no squirrels, no mice, no rats, no snakes. Very rarely will we see a snake. Very rarely. Guys, I'm going to ask one more time here for a thumbs up. We're at 726. Let's see if we can jump that over 800. We're at 923 in the chat right now. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet to show support for the channel, I really would appreciate if you would do that. So thank you very much ahead of time for doing that. Also, again, it really does help with algorithms. So the more interaction we have, the better off we are that way. So that's another reason why I would like you to show your support. Again, of course, then the third reason, I'd like to see a lot of thumbs up. So the higher number we get, the better. So thank you very much for that again. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. What we're going to do right now, because I want to make sure we get it in because it's already 10 after, we are Legion because we are many. We are a huge network of people all over the country, all over the world. We are a big family. Where is everybody from tonight? Yep, you missed the egg count, Asif. We did 4 eggs today, and one of them was a pullet egg. Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, Oregon, California, BC, Canada, Altoona, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, PA, Apollo, PA. Let's see, we have Missouri, Greece, New York, North Carolina. We have Colorado, the UK, Buffalo, Norway, very cool, Miami, Florida, Reno, Nevada, Kansas, Joplin, Missouri. Let's see, Melbourne, Australia, very nice. Springfield, Mass. Blue Ridge Mountains, very cool. Southwest Ontario, Canada, nice. New Mexico, Nebraska, Buffalo, New York, Gavensport, New York. Let's see, Franklin County. It's going by very fast. Wisconsin, Georgia. Let's see, northeastern Pennsylvania, southern Maryland, Alberta, Canada, very nice. Berlin, very cool. Texas, Arkansas, Indiana, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Lugentown, Michigan. We have Maine, New Mexico, Minneapolis, Nowhere, Oklahoma. Still my favorite. I love that name. Beech Grove, Indiana, Missouri and the Ozarks, Brisbane, Australia. Very cool. Northeast Pennsylvania, Ulster Park, New York, Idaho Falls, Idaho. Very cool. Toronto, Canada. Very nice. Let's see. We have Texas, Cape Cod, Boston. We have Missouri, Anderson, South Carolina, Christmas Valley, Oregon, Virginia, Crown Point, New York, Las Vegas, Cedar Falls, Iowa, Georgia again, Yakima, Washington Reservation, very cool. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. Bringhurst, Indiana, Illinois, near Rome, New York. Let's see, Ohio, Florida, North Georgia, North Georgia, Western New York, Corpus Christi, Texas. So all over, guys, all over the country, all over the world. We are a huge, huge network of people. And again, if we work together, if we networked and worked together, there absolutely would be no stopping us. It'd be amazing what we could accomplish. It really would be. Northeast Kingdom, Vermont, Troy. Very nice. Johnstown, Southwest Pennsylvania. We have New Hampshire. More are coming up that I hadn't seen. Daytona Beach, Florida. Love Daytona Beach, Linda. Love that area. It's beautiful down there. We have New Hampshire. So, Valley of Fire, yes. But Burker, Kansas, very cool. So anyway, guys, again, like I said, if we work together and if we network, now's the time. It really, truly is. Work together. Make those contacts. Reach out and talk to people. There's the Oregon Coast, very cool. Again, PrepperNurse1.com. The Prepper Nurse One community is a good start for that. If you're looking to try to find somebody in your area, that's a good resource to use. We set that up for you guys, so definitely take advantage of that, okay? If there's nobody in the state that you're from, set up a group. That's what people do on my channel. There's certain states that there's not anybody in the groups. Set up a group, create your own group for that state. I know there's like in New York, for the state of New York, there's like 6 or 8 groups from different parts of New York because New York is so big. So we have a lot of different people from all over doing that. So, but anyway, again, like I said, continue to prep, continue to get ready. I am not sure how much time we have, to be honest with you. With everything going on and the craziness in this world, getting ready is the smartest thing you could possibly do, and people are going to thank you. They may say you're crazy now, but you're only crazy till something happens, and then you're the smartest person in the room. So that's the way I look at it, I mean, for my family, for a long time, they thought, he's a little bit touched. Where are they now? My mom and my sister live on my property now, so I guess I'm not that crazy. And the thing is, the best part about it is, guys, and I'll tell you, for me, prepper mindset, prepper lifestyle, really important to me. But at the same time, it's made my life better because I've made my footprint smaller and I'm not chasing that hamster wheel anymore. So that's a big part of it too. More money that you put in your pocket instead of the man's pocket, the better off you're going to be. So being as free as you possibly can be is so smart to do. It really is. And, more and more people are doing it, So I want to thank my moderators again also who do a fantastic job. They really keep the chat clean. So I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you for all that you do. It means the world to me. It really does. So thank you for that. And, it's important that we get ready. Don't stop getting ready. And in the meantime, try to live as free as you possibly can be. Like people will say, well, you got all these plans to do this, that, and this down the road. You still have to plan on living life. If something happens, it happens. We act when something happens. We don't react. And that's the other part about being a prepper. You want to make sure you're acting, not reacting. Too many people are going to be reacting when that time comes. Have your plans in place. Have your meeting site set up where your family members, because, everybody may not be home. People may be at work. They may be at school, wherever they may be. I talked with Heather just the other day again, and I said to her, remember, I will not be coming to get you if something happens. And she goes, I know. And I said, okay, whoever you got to get you here, they got a place. We'll keep them safe. She would definitely bring people from school. We need young people, and I'm going to tell you what, people are going to adjust really, really quickly. They're going to have to in that type of situation. But they get here, then they'll be safe. And that's what it's all about. So have those game plans, have those plans in place, get ready, make sure you're acting and not reacting. When the time comes, you're going to see a lot of armed people walking around on the street. And you don't want to be one of the ones that's not ready and not prepared in that situation. So protect yourselves, protect your families, protect the people that you care about, the people in your groups. Be ready to do what you need to do. And it's like I said, low profile as long as you possibly can. I think that's really, really important. Even though I put myself out on YouTube, this is not an easily accessible location. So, I'm pretty confident that we're going to be okay up here. Now, will some people try to come? Sure they will, but they're going to find out what happens, if they come here with bad intentions. Anybody, anywhere, that's what's going to happen. If you come with bad intentions, that's what you get. Okay. So, just putting that out there. So what are we at here? Oh my God, the time is going by so fast. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end the stream. Remember, we are all in this together. We really, truly are. We are one race called the human race. And as soon as we can get beyond the stupidity that is being put out there in the media day after day after day to fight each other and to hate this one for their religion or their race or anything like that, as soon as we can learn to work together and focus on the true problem in this country, which is truly big business and the government, then we can do something. That would be a wonderful day, okay? Because we really are the ones that can dictate what really truly happens. They keep us fighting each other and keep us drugged up and dumbed down so that we don't, okay? Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that you tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel, okay? Also remember STD, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do in life, it doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, and everybody's going to be negative and say you can't do it, you won't accomplish this. If you stay focused and work methodically towards your goals, you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. And the only person that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. Don't listen to that negativity. Stay positive. Stay within yourself. Work towards it, and you'll get there. It's amazing. I live it, guys. I could not tell you how many people told me I could not do what I have done here. And if I had listened to them, I never would have done it. But I'm stubborn, and I'm determined, and I wasn't going to quit. And that's what you got to have, that mindset, that no quit attitude. You can do anything, okay? I will see you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you all for being here. I really do enjoy the interaction with you guys as well. It's awesome, okay? So I will see you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.